While Prince was a superstar who spent lots of time in the spotlight, there is plenty you may not know about him. So to help us learn that, here to talk about his career and his legacy, entertainment reporter Troy Smith from Cleveland.com. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So you're a huge fan of Prince, and you find out this news that Prince has passed. How did it hit you?
It's a sad day. You know, it's eerily reminiscent of Michael Jackson's passing several years ago, and I think everyone around the newsroom was really shocked, and we didn't want to believe it at first, that we had lost another artist so soon to David Bowie.
57 years old.
Young.
Very, very soon. You've brought some items that you've collected. Tell us about them.
You know, my wife lets me purchase things every now and then, and I spend a lot of my money on records, and I have probably have more Prince records than anything else. So we have Purple Rain, the big album here, and some of his earlier work.
Prince had challenges in his career. Tell us about some of those.
He did. When he started, he wasn't initially a big hit. He opened for the Rolling Stones on an early tour in 1981, and he was notoriously booed off stage.
Really?
Yeah, he got up there, you know, his sexually explicit lyrics, his look, they weren't digging it. But obviously, he quickly took off. He had numerous hits, and then that all led up to the big monster that was Purple Rain.
Take me back to this one, though. His connection to We Are the World.
So We Are the World, it's a story that you could read in several books, but Prince was supposed to be on that song, as you know, We Are the World. Pretty much all the biggest artists of the time were on there. Prince was supposed to be on there. At the last minute, he bailed. There was some confusion of what he wanted, what the songwriters wanted, and he didn't make the cut.
Wow. I want to tell you, just to go back in time as we play this video, this television station, when I arrived here in 1985, used to sign off at a certain point every night, right after the Tonight Show and the Later Show, and they used to sign off with We Are the World. And so you're telling me Prince was expected to be in it and then wasn't.
It was a confusing thing. You know, he says one thing, the songwriters say another, but obviously he's probably the biggest and most famous artist not on the song.
You are famous if you play halftime at the Super Bowl.
True.
Right? I mean, that is a huge moment for you. I mean, Coldplay and how they did this year, very, very debatable. His halftime show, how was it received?
It's stunning. It's probably maybe his last iconic moment now that he's passed away. Playing Purple Rain as it started raining, the guitar solo, it was an amazing performance and a good last, maybe memorable image to have of him.
Troy, he became a bit recluse, didn't he, in late years here?
Yeah, as fans know, Prince was always sort of off and on. You know, he had the Symbol era where he was the artist formerly known as Prince. The past decade or so, he really had been out of the public eye, and he would pop back in when he wanted, but every time he did, he was so beloved still. You know, I mean, recently on an episode of The New Girl, you know,
Absolutely.
He was an enigma.
He was an enigma. Let me ask you this. I'll ask you the question that you always ask in a situation like this. Prince's legacy to you is what?
He broke barriers. He was groundbreaking. He was along with Michael Jackson, one of the first African-American artists to be played on MTV. He did it his way, and he was a pure talent. He played over 25 instruments on his first album. Simply one of the greatest artists of all time.
Troy, couldn't have said it any better. Thanks for sharing the memories.
Thank you.
Troy Smith joining us from Cleveland.com.